Hi, this is Ogre again on another Let's Play Solo. Well, good news is last time our party, the survivors, did manage to get out. Unfortunately, two of their members, their front line, died. So while they were in town, our party recruited two more top-notch fighters to help them avenge their fallen comrades and clear this foul dungeon of all the monsters. So basically, I'm keeping the same party configuration. Um, Instead of having a Dragonborn and a half orc, I went for a half orc and a dwarf this time. Their stats are a little bit different, but still frontline fighters. Let's see. The half orc's name's Denth, and he's an Outlander, and the Dwarven fighter is a former lieutenant in the Dwarven Home Guard, and his name is Torde. So the other thing I want to do this session is I created some counter tables, first level, only using monsters available with in the legacy SRD. They're a little bit smaller. I usually here. I usually run. I run some. I do a rocking system. I talked a little about rocking difficulty. I do it in several ways. I rock the number of monsters, but I also rock the number of uh, as if the encounters for 3 PCs, 5 PCs, or 5 exact PCs for first level. Usually, I also do. I'll show you when we get to second level. So, but normally these, I tend to run a 2 to 20 with mismatched dice, a D12 and a D8, which means you have about a 1% chance of the 2 and the 20, and the 5 monsters in the middle are far more likely. For dungeons, usually I like to, when I build these tables, I usually put classic monsters for their levels, and also humanoids are things that can open doors are usually kind of important. But what I'm going to be play testing is a new series, and I'm a little leery, honestly. Um, about I've got some flying swords, and these things have an AC of 17. They have a 17 hit points. That's awfully high for first level. So I'm considering these experimental because I really think they're a little tough, too tough. So if and when they fight these, I'm going to fight these things out to the bitter end, but I'm going to consider it a dream because I'm not going to let anybody die. I think it's too tough, honestly, but I want to check to make sure. We'll see if they come up naturally. If they don't, I'll probably force a fight with them sometimes. They'll maybe not on camera. All right, so this is the one I'm going to be using instead of my normal one. It's a smaller table, but for those who only have the SRD, I think it might be useful. I'm going to be running the same party order with 2 fighters up front, uh, the wizard in the middle, and the rogue and the cleric in the back. Due to the trauma of their last expedition, the 3 surviving party members each bought another potion of healing. In fact, they're not out of money yet. The wizard is close. Seeing how effective they were, and the mage decided to wear mage armor this time, so he just cast it, and the decided to go with a better light source as well. While the cleric casts light on himself, he's asked Alston the wizard to carry a hooded lantern, unhooded as well, to give him that better visibility, especially moving up and down corridors. Because even though we know that they fought Zarts, they still don't know what was those monsters that ambushed him from behind. So he's hoping a little bit of visibility will help on that. All right, so let's get to it. Other than that, I'm going to be using the same tables as before as far as um, tiles and such. So our guys are ready to branch out. We've got most of what the normal stuff, early exploration, which is a 2x2 area, already used up. There's a little this way, but there's no easy way to get over there right now. And frankly, by the time I get over there, I'm not going to consider it. So, which way do we go? Good question. I kind of like to go after whatever got them last time. But then they have some new party members. So I think they're going to try to break them in gently. And I think due east should get them into new unexplored territory quite quickly. So that's their plan. And let's do it. All right, we will mass select and get them on their journey. You can see the lantern's already making a difference as far as how far they can see. Oh, and let's turn on the navigation panel down here. That allows me to, I'd have to deselect or click the map. All right, so they're going to head straight here. They're also, they don't quite need to make a random monster check yet, but they're passing through area. So let's, we are now, I think this is the third one. Yeah, the third one. So this will be normal exploration, so it could be a dead end. And just like the other one, I'm going to make this roll automatically, so I'll drag the die right back here, so when I click it, it'll also just roll it. All right, so we got, let's get the index up, but we got number 13, and in fact, we just got a dead end. It's an end room. It is a room. There's some doors. So let's take a look. All right, so they're going to be looking down the hall at this door. Let's take a look at what's on the table. All right, so they got a monster encounter right off the bat. All right, there's only one entry door. So it's got redwood planks, double-sided wooden bolt. Oh, wonderful. It seems like it's out of phase. And so, naturally, being out of phase is going to get our rather paranoid party, especially after the last session in the dungeon, out. I am going to run my standard door checking routine. Now, one of the things I haven't done yet, which I often do as we start getting into a rhythm, is I'm going to, usually what I'll do is on the, you have a set of hotkeys, by the way, for each character. I'm going to hotkey the rogue skills that he's going to end up using a lot. In this case, stealth, perception. Um, Now, in this particular version, he needs a tool proficiency for these tools, so I'm gonna create a new skill. Call it these tools. Did they spell it that way? I think they do. Oh, in his pouch. These, no, they spelled it that way. Here. So these tools are Dex with proficiency for him. And I believe this guy, he likely took, yeah, expertise. Your skill, one of your skill proficiencies, your proficiency is doubled. So he took double proficiency with these tools and investigation. I'm surprised I don't already have something down there for this. Oh, I do. Okay, there we go. So I set these guys up quite a while back to do some play testing for some low-level dungeons. And so we got stealth, perception, these tools. Sometimes investigation can be useful. I think I'm just going to leave that one off right now. And that way, in this case, I have no idea what's going on. So he's going to stealth up. Then he'll see if there's any problems with the door. And if there are, he'll remove them. So I'll just roll them right now. And then I can go right into my encounter and see what's on the other side. So we're using the SRD one. So let's go ahead and roll that and we'll see if we... Okay, we got kobolds. Kobolds are a reasonably tough encounter for low level because of the pack tactics. Like we did in the other one. Come on, back to play mode. I am going to pin these here so I could use these in a pickup game or something. And we'll call it good. Let's just crank it out. Okay, so the kobolds do have a stealth. They are dex based. Do not actually have a skill though, but they do have a +2, so they're a 12. They're also sunlight sensitive. Not that we're interested in that right now. Okay. Let's go ahead and put them on the tracker. And close the index. And I've pinned the room now. Alright, so my rogue's going to sneak forward. He got a 11. Their passive perception is... they're not going to hear him, but the way I do it is it's an 8. Even if it's been a 10, I usually give them a -2 for listening through a closed door. Unless it's very thin or something. So he managed to successfully sneak up. He'll check the door to see if it's locked. From the door description, we can tell it's not locked. If it was, it would say down here. So then the question is, does he hear them? He rolled a 15. Their passive is a 12. He has -2, so he got a 13 versus their 12, so he hurt him. Door's not locked or trapped, so he's going to sneak right back and tell his guys that he heard people inside, which gets them nervous because the last time their things did not go well. However, they are brave and they're definitely going in. So, plus, let's just say that the two fighters with him have not yet been traumatized. So, from our party order, I can pick these up and drop them. But if I do so, they'll lose their. They'll lose their. If I drop them in, drag and drop them, they'll lose their Fog of War history. So I'm running the Half-Orc on the right. They're going to spread out a little bit more than they did last time, and they're all going to try to sneak up. The best way to do a mass stealth check like that is on the party sheet and pick stealth, because that'll catch all the disadvantages the fighters have for heavy armor. P stealth. Our DC is quite low, but of course the heavy armor. So they need to hear these guys. Their passive is 8, and then it's through the door. So 6. If they all beat 6, then the kobolds won't hear them coming. So reasonable chance, but the disadvantage. Okay, there's a couple failures right there. All right, so the kobolds do hear him. Which means kobolds get ready. Everybody's aware of each other, so we are not going to run a surprise round. We're going to just let things happen naturally. The fighters will get up to the door, and they will open it. And the kobolds will respond. All right. The kobolds have pack tactics, so they do want to do melee. They'll probably do something like they hear these guys coming. They'll try to do something like this. And we're going to roll initiative. Now, generally, what tends to happen according to Mercy's law is the guys in the back go first on these type of things. In fact, oh, I didn't roll for the party. Roll all PCs. It may if they beat them. Yeah, all right. So Garrett goes first. Yep, one of the guys in the back. Murphy's law. All right. So Gareth is going to simply advance up even with the wizard, and he will go ahead and ready a cantrip. Toll the dead for the first unhurt enemy he sees. He's hoping that they're unhurt. If all the enemies are hurt, it'll be the first one he sees. So if he can see lots of hurt enemies, he'll do the closest. All right, so he's going to ready a bow. He's going to take a shot as soon as someone gets close to one of the fighters, so he'll get sneak attack. As first level, he can't stealth yet. Alright, so one of the kobolds goes, and they want to try to take advantage of pack tactics, so he's going to open this door, which is going to kick off stuff. Let's zoom in on this door somewhere. There it is. The funny thing is, the closer you zoom in, the smaller the door gets, right? But had my mouse over I'm gonna lock the door open. All right, so a couple things to go off. Usually I do it in the backwards order. So Gareth was the one who readied first, so his Torde will go off first. So Gareth from here can see two. He decided, well, he said for the closest, so he's going to immediately Torde dead this guy. Get over on the action tab, drop Torde dead, and oh, it helps as a DM if I actually show them on the. There we go, and we'll even identify them. There we go. So he will. So it's always good to click on this, so he can see two of them. One of which is in bright light, the other one's in dim. I do like the way Fantasy Guy. It's because it's using dim from Gareth's light spell. Well, the torch, well, the bright lantern from the wizard. All right, we'll drag roll because it's usually faster, and we'll zoom in so we can easily target. All right, so he failed, which is good. And I have that house rule where I reverse the dice. And yes, he got him. This fight's already going much better than the last one. Alright, so he dies opening the door, which is probably bad for the kobolds. They're going to still follow their plan. He's going to move over to here and attack this guy with cover because he wants to cover the door. This will trigger the ready on the rogue. Now the rogue's got, he can see him, but he's got cover. Now, here's where the rules say the center to center says he doesn't, but if you put him here, he should. Because he should be able to draw from here to here, and in 5e that corner doesn't block, so I should see it. So it should be a -2 cover from the door and shooting through his party, but it didn't stack, so there you go. All right. He carefully sights and fires his longbow. And so he's got -2, and seeing how it's been working for him, just before he lets go, he closes his eyes. All right, that guy's not on the tracker right now because can't see. Let's just roll it and see if he hits. He does. God, 23. Suddenly he's a stud. All right. I'm going to just open the door. Drop it to confirm it's a hit. Does he still have sneak attack on him? There are some. Yeah, it's off. Okay. Or did it go inactive when he hits it? Oh. It's supposed to go active. Let's say visible, none, all, change states, all row. Hmm. We'll see if this works. I had a that last update seemed to have messed it up. Yeah. They killed him anyway after shot. They are on a roll, but we all know that can turn around quickly. Still, this guy's screwed. So this door's actually closed. He's gonna sling at this guy. You might as well get a good shot at him and then back up. They were hoping for pack tactics and they never got it. All right, so he does hit. Oh my God, he crits. God. Welcome to the dungeon. Gives the dwarf a warm welcome. Taking him right to moderate. He's gonna back himself into the corner. He expects no quarter and will give none. All right, the mighty mage. You notice how yes, they are working their way up from the back, as is traditional. He will go 1. Can I see this guy? Oh wow. 2, 3, 4, 5 hits his plan. He's gonna back out after he sees him. All right, so the mighty rogue, or I'm sorry, the mighty wizard, will try a firebolt. Kobold lurking in the corner. Oh, and he missed. All right, so he was here. So 5, 6. Let's see if it does it. I didn't do a waypoint, and you may get hung up on the door. All right. Wow. It's an object interaction. He opens the door. Then he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rawr. My name is Denth. It is scourges like you that bring down civilization. I will solve the problem of your existence with my longsword. Oh man, after all that wind up, he missed. That's the way it goes. Well, there's only one person that ain't gone yet. He's got a big sling bullet in his forehead. Yeah. And he goes right over there with his battle axe and attempts to apply it to this goblin's head. There's his battle axe. Oh my god. Let's see. He moved 1, 2, this is 25. He'll just move one more. Try to box the guy in. Maybe give somebody else a chance to get in, like the rogue. And all right, another round. So I set this thing to auto reroll, and looks like the dwarf goes back to back, 2 turns in a row. Which is kind of the nice thing about the randomness. You just really don't know in the heat of. Oh my god! But he's not rolling any better. Oh no! This is how things were last time. Though I noticed the people that were there last time seemed to be rolling much better. Perhaps it was the incentive. All these dice, man. Maybe it's time to get new dice. Oh, the cobalt. Um, I'll double check, but I don't think there's anything he can do. Sunlight, pack tactics, yeah, none of which apply. So he'll just use his. He'll just attack the wounded guy, and he'll miss. All right. Alston. He's not rocking a lot of. This is not worth anything, so he's just gonna go ahead and take the shot. 1, 2. And he'll firebolt it at cover. That's to cover. Huh? The guys continue to hit, which is good. Big D10. Ooh, yep, that's enough. All right, so my original party members are all apparently highly motivated. The fighters are still getting into their groove, and in fact, poor Torde got hit. For Torde, he's wounded enough he should do something about it. I think they're going to save his second win. They'll discuss it, but I think Gareth is probably Garth is just going to cure him. He'll do cure wounds and hopefully solve the problem. All right, it does. Good roll. All right, so naturally, they start looking for treasure. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and as long as we're doing this, we might as well link some treasure in here. So we've got the oh, those are challenges. Treasure table. Oh, there it is. Individual treasure. All right, so it should throw up a parcel. So we'll just put the parcel right in there. And they got 18 big copper pieces. All right. They are super excited about that. At least they can get a mug or two of ale, maybe. Cheap ale. All right. Yeah. The best thing to say about that was it went much better than their last encounter. All right. Time to keep moving. All right. So they got a dead end. They will spend some time checking out the room, looking for finding those. copper pieces. They do have some gear. The daggers in particular are probably worthwhile to a lot of these guys because they don't have a lot of gear. Uh, the kobolds are geared out with. Uh, Obviously, I'm playing 2014 rules. The new 2024 actually has gear on the in the notes, but these don't. You have to look. In this case, they got uh, daggers and slings, and presumably some sling bullets. I believe the dwarf. Actually, I think it's the half-orc really. It does carry a sling, mostly for small game. He's got the wander thing that allows him to feed people. So kind of as a role-playing thing, I got him a sling. It's not a very good weapon for him. No, he has a crossbow. Must be the dwarf. Um, I am gonna probably just grab some daggers for these guys, and we'll just leave the slings. Though there's no particular reason Torde couldn't pick up sling bullets. He's got 20. I'm gonna bump it up another 10. I doubt he'll ever use them, but you don't want to run out of ammo. So he's got one throwing dagger. I'm gonna bump it up another. I think the rogue probably wants an extra dagger as well. Let's give him one more. And I don't know if anybody else might use one. The cleric does not carry a lot of weapons. I guess we could give him a dagger. The mage has shocking grass. So. Garth will probably use it more as an eating dagger after he thoroughly sterilizes it. So we'll just grab one out of the PH. And then drop it in his inventory. And there you have it. It should auto-equip it. Yep, there it is. It's thrown. Yeah, there's a bug where they don't auto-show the ammo if you're locked when you first drop it in. But there we go. So he's got one dagger he could throw. Not that he's likely to. All right. So we do get a little bit. In theory, of course, if we sold these daggers, we would have gotten 3 gold, which massively eclipses the copper, which is typical. Normally, the weapons are worth far more than the incidental treasure you find on people. But being first level, they're not exactly heavily equipped, so they're going to immediately use it. All right, now that we got that done, it's time to move on. So taking a look, we're probably, if we got a dead end here, we'll probably go north and turn right. Okay, so we already covered 1, 2, already explored areas. Newly explored areas don't draw wandering monster checks unless you like try a short rest in there. I'll get these guys back in party formation. Pseudo party formation. I'm going to put them in a square again so I can move them quickly. And we'll get them back in their correct order if we get another encounter. All right. So off we go. All right, we're going to get a random encounter right as we hit this intersection. Looking for, well, not looking for sixes, but sixes are one. Then we're going to catch another one of three every 3-1. So we'll do one. They're going to go right. Let's generate. We're up into the normal. Generate that. We've got an in room. Another one. Wow. There's not much. That's going to be 13 again. As I mentioned earlier, rooms are slightly more likely to, well, not slightly, uh, are more likely to have monsters. Did I do in chamber? Yeah, it's supposed to be an in room. So if you drop the wrong thing, you go here. You can also click it and just push delete. So let's try it in chamber. There we go. Which is identical to the one we put before. And because I already dropped it once, I hit it right on the nose. All right, so our in room, let's see what we got. So here's the chances, by the way, so you can see the door can be trapped or locked or stuck or whatever. In fact, we got another monster encounter. Wow. All right, this is the active part of the dungeon, clearly. Let's drop this over here. See the door's not locked, trapped, or anything like that. We'll run through our standard rogue thing. I'm going to go ahead and generate the monster right now, though. And I got more kobolds, which makes sense. Clearly the kobolds live in this side of the dungeon. Since my guys aren't going to level up anytime soon, I haven't. I haven't dropped XP on them. The new characters for first level guys in a situation like that come in at 0 experience. The other guys, after I gave out the experience they earned last time off camera, they're up to like 44 experience each, and they need like 300. All right, so we got it. Our kobolds. This time there's 4 of them. Same strategy with the kobolds. Let's get them on. Let's close this. The only thing that we need to do here is the rogue. Running down. Trying to be stealthy. Listen, and if the door needs anything, he'll try to use the stage stools. Alright, so he is quiet. Oh, 25. He's going to hear him. And we know the door's not locked or trapped. Big question is, once again, fortunately we have our party sheet still set up. Party's going to try to stealth down. So he hears the goblins. He hears the kobolds. But the question is, do the kobolds hear them? Actually, no, I said it the wrong way, but it should be through the door. No, I was right. Wow, look at these guys. Mark it down in your diary. Today, in heavy armor, I snuck up on a group. Oh my. On a group of kobolds. They got surprised. Well, well, well. So, are things going better than last session? Night and day. All right. So we got the, oops, dragging the, all right, let's get this back in and then let's get back to play mode. These guys are got surprise. They go up. They whisper. They're going to spread out a little bit more because they're a little bit nervous after what happened last time. All right. They carefully lift their gauntlets and count down 1, 2, 3 with their fingers, and then we roll initiative. But the kobolds are surprised, which means they're probably in big trouble. So first, let's clear the old initiative, and then let's roll all initiatives. No, I could have left the kobolds, but that's fine. Digital initiatives are cheap. All right. So the kobolds are most likely to be set up so they're like there, a couple guards, and then maybe another couple guys chatting over in the corner somewhere. Oops. This one? Which one am I missing? There it is. All right. Wow. No luck but bad last time. I don't want to jinx myself, but these guys are doing very well so far. So the first one, wow, the dwarf. Dwarf's eager to make up for, you know, not doing quite so well last fight. So he, on 17, gently turns the, what type of door we got? Oh, pine wood. Rook up blood, so I was just looking at the room. Set into the wall. Oh, yeah, black and white. Oh, great. If there weren't kobolds in there, they'd think there's traps. Okay. He throws the door open on 17 and gets right to it. Yeah. All right, this is my time. First, let's get the monsters on. When I play normally, I try not to show the monsters too soon, so until people see them. But I already know they're all in the tracker. So, all right. So the dwarf throws it open and promptly sees 4. He is going to advance in to see if there's any more around the corner. He will quickly realize there isn't. And he's going to swing at the closest one. His plan is to hold the doorway. If he kills this guy, he'll stay. All right, he'll swing his battle axe. Oh my god, it was almost on 1. But it's a nice, good hit. Smack. There we go. Drops him right away while the kobold's going, what? What? Did you hear something? All right. Oh, one of the things, because I'm doing this solo play, the depth markers are getting below the tiles. So see how the blood appeared? It was actually lower than the tile. So if you're dropping tiles like this, periodically you need to move it. If you're trying to keep the depth markers on as a way of telling where your party's been, periodically just pull them up to the top of the tiles. All right. Like I said, he's going to stay there. He's going to intern. The rogue. The rogue has no vision yet. However, he just saw that guy kill a kobold, so What he'll do actually is he'll kind of zigzag and zigzag to see if he can see anything in the room behind. And here's where having this thing on is not so good. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it isn't. It's good for counting, especially like when they're running down the hall and stuff like that. I'm gonna take it off. All right, but it's good to count. So that's like 1, 2. All right, so he sees his kobold. He saw him when he was down there. Um, he'd like to get sneak, but he's not second. 3. There's another one. Um, hmm. Dwarf's not going to move again. He's just going to go ahead and take a shot. He's going to be cover -2, but the kobolds don't seem to have a lot of hit points. For variety, when I play, I have one of the settings I use. Notice how my kobolds have different hit points. There's a setting in Fantasy Grounds which I prefer, which basically has the individual monster have different hit points. Otherwise, you can set them all to average, but to me, that's kind of boring and very gamey. So anyway, that's how I do it. I find it adds a little bit more variety, kind of like re-rolling every initiative. So back to the shot. The rogue -2. Steady, Mr. Dwarf. I would never hit you, he says as he slowly closes his eyes and releases. And he hits him. See, the close eye technique works for this guy. Oh my god. Alright, so he's got a longbow, so he got him. It was worth it. Alright. Riding the hot hands. Let's see. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, he's a scaredy cat. There, 4, 5. But he's really doing it to let the mage, yeah, the mage have a better line of sight. Yeah, that's why I did it. All right. So speaking of the double, the mage is going to firebolt that guy. He will also move over to see if he can see anybody else. But do you see anybody? No, I didn't see anybody. It still looks clear. And he'll go with his old reliable. One of the things that the new 2024 seems to have is a lot more cantrips. It's much easier to get. Ooh. Well, there you go. Uh, finally, our guy goes, "Oh my God, the kobold!" But he's surprised and. All right, this guy. He was going to open the door, but he's not going to. So he can give some of these guys cover from the kobolds. 1, 2, 3. Um, though he may, if he's got he may open it now. They see there's only one more kobold. if he kills this guy. So he will use his longsword. Sword and board fighter. The guy's battle axe and shield. Hit. Not looking good for Mr. Cobalt. Oh, God. Yeah, well, it could be worse. Could be worse. Um, I don't know. I think the fighter feels pretty confident. He'll probably just open the door. Just move him away from the door a little bit. I had to give people better visibility. Ignoring the fact it was giving cover. All right, which takes us to the cleric. And here's why, once again, why I changed it to be backwards. In theory, you should focus fire rather than use that fat D12 on unwounded. Of course, the kobolds don't have many hit points, so we can get into, well, is it really better to take one down for next round, especially seeing how he's the last guy? Or are my odds really much lower? In this case, he is going to do Toll the Dead. The range is starting to get, yeah, it's about max range, but still offend. So we'll drop him on and he's unwounded, so he gets a D12 under my house rule. And while this wounded guy would have gotten the D8. And it got him. Alright. And he will in turn, and because I have to start it to show the start of the round, it pauses before it goes in. Let me get rid of this guy off the tracker. All right, the kobold might do something this round, but nope, probably not. Okay, with only one left, he is going to surround him. 1, 2, 3. Not using the flanking optional rule, but still makes him harder for him to get. He definitely has to disengage now. But there's no point. He will fight to the death and kill them all. All right. Swings a swift battle axe and rolls a 5. Okay. It was swift, all right. Unfortunately, not at the kobold. All right. Our cleric. The cleric is going to use Toll the Dead anyway on the D8. Could switch over to radiant damage, but con versus Toll the Dead's con versus the reflex or the dex save. I saved. It's better because Sacred Flame's a dex save. Our kobold, our brave kobold. Who does he want to attack? I could roll. One of the things I often do is I'll take a look and see who's got a higher charisma. The more important guy, you can swing at him. Both of these fighters did that dump charisma. They're actually equal, so you definitely will just roll a dice. Odd, he goes for the dwarf. Goes for the dwarf. All right. That's a bug. See how the text is partially and the things are going right over the bottom of the screen there. He stabs the dwarf. Oh, was pretty close. These guys are also running. They got the defense, fighting style defense. Just gives them an extra +1. All right. Things are looking pretty good, but there's no point in getting crazy here. He's just going to take the -2 and shoot him to back up a little bit. Things are going well. There's no point in getting too close to that Kobold's angry dagger. Let's cover whatever. Got him. Huh? That's a tough one. Took 6. He's gonna back up behind the rogue. Yeah, yeah, I got your back, man. Just checking to make sure nothing's coming up. Yeah, thanks, man. Says the rogue. Thanks. All right. The rogue himself. He will get sneak if he hits. The sneak attack thing does not seem to be working right now. I think I'm gonna clear it off and redrop it. Let's just delete that. Let's put it back on. And put it on him. I think that might be the problem. Oh. What type of mode am I in? Oh, it's unlocked. That's why. Yeah, let's see if it works. So he's got -2 as well. Let's see if he can hit the longsword. It disables it when so it's not working. I'll have to fiddle it, but I'm not going to do it right now. So it's an extra d6. So he got a big 2. Plus the longsword, so I dropped it in the mod box, so it'll pick that up. It was working. My Sunday game. Though the rug did have to redo it. All right, that is the last of them. Another glorious victory. As my rogue sighs in relief. It's too easy. All right, more daggers. This time they're going to keep the daggers and sell them because everybody who wants a dagger's got one. Let's roll some incidental treasure. And let's go ahead and attach it to the room. Oh, we got some electrum. That's worth quite a bit more than the copper. Oh, and as long as I got this open, let's add some daggers. Oh no. No, here. JJR. Dagger. Alright. I'll drop 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. They don't really want the slings, so they'll just leave them. They'll cut them. I mean, it's pretty easy to make a sling. I guess I'll cut them so that somebody else, enemies cannot use them. And then let's go over to party sheet and drop in all that wonderful treasure. All right, I'm gonna leave the I'm gonna leave the daggers on the party sheet so they can sell them later. Daggers aren't enough weight to matter given the 2 fighters. If they had like chainmail, then we start looking at how heavy stuff is. But definitely a much better go than last time. Got in 2 encounters. We're going to reset up and continue, but we'll do that next week. So far, the counter tables seem to be working pretty good. Getting kobolds. Let's see what it sells in the dungeon next time.